going to do, and I was really frightened. So I went to the psychiatry ward, even though I knew I was mentally well. I knew I wasn't mentally ill, but I was looking for sanctuary. I was not looking for treatment for mental illness. I was looking for sanctuary. And I thought the psychiatrist would go to the police, and they didn't. They said, no, you're mentally unwell. We will keep you in if you wish, because it was of my own accord. I went there, and they were very nice to me, but I found a lot wrong with psychiatry that I wrote about. First of all, when I went there first, they gave me a substance posing as antipsychotic medication called Haldol, also known as haloperidol. And it gave me something called tardive akathisia. And tardive akathisia makes you feel a compulsion to walk at a high speed up and down hospital corridors, that you can't relax. You can't just sit in the bed and talk to the other patients and relax, because it's a form of torture in itself. And I was pacing up and down hospital corridors, pacing up and down, up and down. And for the first few days, they don't let you outside at all. You have to stay in your pajamas just so that they can observe you. But then they let you outside. So I was pacing round the hospital building, round and round and round, and I could not relax. And as well as that, I got something else called tardive akathisia. And tardive akathisia makes your limbs shake like that, in a type of Parkinson's.
Wait a minute, I thought you said this was tardive akathisia,
no,
the walking about.
Sorry. The pacing up and down is tardive akathisia. The shaking limbs is tardive dyskinesia.
Dyskinesia, yeah, I've heard of that.
And tardive means it's slow in...
Slows down something?
No, it's slow in starting, because the medicine has to build up in your system before it starts. So that's why it's called tardive. Because it's slow in...
This is absolutely horrifying. So basically, this horrific medication that they gave you was inducing all of these weird psychotic symptoms, such as inability to relax, walking up and down, and then your body shaking, etc. So it was the drugs that did it to you. It wasn't obviously anything that you went into that hospital with.
Yeah, that is correct. And substances posing as antipsychotic medication are, in fact, psychotic inducing substances themselves, and they do far more harm than good. And if you complain to your psychiatrist, the psychiatrist will say, you cannot come off the medication. What I will do is I will give you another medication to dampen down the side effects of the first. So then you're ending up taking twice the amount of poison.
Yes, you are getting two psychotic medications. In fact, two drugs that are designed to induce different psychotic symptoms of their own and induce different brain damage of their own.
Yes, and as well as that, once you start taking the medication, you lose the verbal capacity to persuade your psychiatrist that what's wrong with you is induced by energy weapons, and you're not mentally ill at all. You lose the verbal capacity because it dampens down your verbal skills, and it dampens down your emotions, and it dampens down your zest for life, and it sickens you. As well as all of that, I felt very, very sick, very, very tired. And when I came home, I used to always go for a 4-mile walk nearly every day. And when I came home, I couldn't even walk 100 yards. It took me 6 months to get rid of all the poisons out of my body so I could get back my energy and go back out for walks again.
You have just spelled out so very clearly the extreme fraud of